Hello, everybody. This is the Gamer CJ podcast. It's been a while since I recorded something. This is going to be my top top five favorite bands. It's going to be a two-parter. Mostly heavy metal, mostly groups that I've actually been a fan of, whether it be bands that I've just recently gotten into and I realized they're pretty good. But certain bands on this list. Well, maybe I'll do. Maybe I should do top 10. Sorry, top 10. It's the top 10 favorite bands list. I'm going to say straight up, these bands are groups, metal artists. Some of them I've legitimately listened to before I stopped listening to, and then I like again, or artists that, in the case of some of these, I've never gotten tired of. Sorry if you hear the ice cream truck. I'm recording this while I'm walking my dog. So, at number 10, I got to go with a group that I've actually not been a fan of in a while, but I'll tell you what, when I have listened to them, they're really good. It's Picture from Netherlands. This group, let's just say this, like I barely listen to them anymore. I will come back into them. Let's just say Picture. There were two albums. My favorite album, though, by them is the 1981 album, Heavy Metal Years. It used to be Diamond Dreamer from 1982, but I had some consideration. Because this is number 10, because I like more than, like, for instance, Picture is, I only like a few albums. I don't like any of the new stuff. I have listened to their album from their Picture 1 album. It's okay. But then you literally get into their music from, like, but then the next two albums, are two of my favorites. But at the moment, they are, like I said, they're number 10 because I haven't listened to them that much lately, but they're still included. I go back to them from time to time. Number 9, this next group, just kick-ass Swedish metal. I'm going with Axe Witch. I've listened to all their 3 albums, including their EPs. They would have been higher on the list, but there's other artists that already fit the bill as far as my favorites go. They're one of the heavy metal bands that came up in the 80s because I listened to a lot of underground metal. I enjoy hearing I enjoy hearing their 1984 album the best. Basically, I have a playlist of all my favorite. Basically, I create a playlist of all their albums. Pray for Metal, the EP is good. Lord of the Flies is good. My favorite is Visions of the Past. That is my favorite album by them. Like I said, I listen to them, same with Picture, but, when we get up the list a little bit more, the groups and the artists that I actually really like are actually going to show up more. So yeah, that's Axe Witch, number 9. We're going to talk about another group. This group, they're not my favorite, but I still listen to them from time to time, and I actually enjoy listening to all their albums. Lynyrd Skynyrd, but they would be higher on the list. But we're getting to number 8. Sorry, Skynyrd, one of my favorites. The issue with Skynyrd is not that I don't like them. I listen to them from time to time, but there are some other groups as you get up the list that, because this isn't just metal, this is rock too. They're one of my favorite southern rock bands. Simply put, I put any one of their songs on, You put Give Me 3 Steps on Simple Man. The only song I don't like by them is Sweet Home Alabama, but everything else in their catalog's kick ass. Simple Man, Freebird. You literally put anything other than Sweet Home Alabama, and I'm just happy. That puts a smile on my face when I hear Freebird. It's almost like Led Zeppelin. And what's ironic about that is I like everything that they put out besides Stairway to Heaven. Just a generalization. But yeah, I mean, Leonard Skinner's number 8, but because there are a lot of other artists that I listen to, speaking of artists that I am actually a big fan of, it's got to be Led Zeppelin number 7. The reason Zeppelin is actually no. Let me change that. Number 7. I'm sorry to say it, but Iron Maiden's number 7. I never really actually liked. I like Iron Maiden, but it's just the Ano albums. They're not a band that, like, if Maiden comes around, I'm not going to drop everything and see them. They are one of my favorite. Well, actually, no. Actually, as far as the New Revision Metal goes, people think Maiden broke out. They're like top 5 for me. Like maybe even they're like top 5 as far as New Revision Metal fans go. But in a generalization, my general favorite bands list, and I only like everything up to either Somewhere in Time or Seven Son. But I'm more of a Clive Burr and Paul Di'Anno fan too. So usually the first 2 albums, with Killers being the best Iron Maiden album in my opinion, because of the production's better. We got Clive Burr, but then of course, like I'm going to say this before, I'm going to say this one more time too. It's a tie between Killers and like the tie between Killers and the debut with Iron Maiden. All right, that's number 7. Now I'm going to get into number 6. This is my first new wave of British heavy metal band that's going to be on this list. They are number 6, but because there's a band that's higher than them, I'm going with oh god, let me think. I didn't pick this through. I'm going with Tokyo Blade. Yeah, Tokyo Blade. It came in good. I listened to their albums after the debut, but man, I mean that first album, the EPs. Oh my god, the first era of Tokyo Blade is my favorite. It is number 6 because I cannot stop listening to the debut. Songs on there, If Heaven Is Hell, Breaking the Chains. But it's number 6 because, like, I just listened to that one album, for instance. I mean, when you go up the list, I'm actually fans of more of their albums, but they're number 6 because they're outside of the top 10. But the stuff that they have put out, killer. Even the Black Hearts and Jack Spades is a good album too, but it doesn't have the ferocity of something like the debut from 1983 and the different EPs. Midnight Renaissance, I think. I forgot the name of the album. The EP is good. All of that album, the era of Tokyo Blade, that's my favorite. There is going to be a part 2 on this because there are artists that can't really fit into the one list, like because and it's tough. So now we're going to get to number 5 and look. When I get into this group, I get into it. They have such a good album, a good debut in the extra songs. I have to go with Sex Pistols as number 5. I got into them 2021. I stopped listening to them. Or no, was it? No. It was early part of 2021. I got into them. Then I put them on from time to time. But literally when I put them on, I will listen to them for like a week, maybe even like 3 weeks in a row, and that is in my playlist. Songs on Nevermind the Bullocks that are my favorites are Problems. 17 is a good song. God Save the Queen. Anarchy is a good song. What else? Pretty Vacant. Somewhat. It changes. I'm more into their just like just the assault, like the songs that you can feel and you can hear the emotion in John Lydon's voice. Johnny Rotten's voice. It's like insane, right? They are number 5 because, let's just face it, Nevermind the Bullocks, an amazing freaking record. But I'm pretty sure if they put out more stuff, it would have been good. I do love Johnny Rotten is my favorite vocalist of that group. Now we're going to get to number 4. Now, the reason I put Pistols at number 4 is my favorite. It's actually, it seems like it's a tie. It's not really that much of a tie, but actually, no, I'll save them for another list. But I'm going with GBH. They are the best punk band, best punk band of all time. I was going to put Descendants in there, but I'll save them for another list. Descendants are amazing. GBH. What I'm going to basically say is Descendants are good, but GBH is just a little better. There are 2 albums that I enjoy by them, but literally, like you put that on, I put that on, I will not stop listening to it. They're not always in my rotation because when you get up the list, then they'll get into my rotation. They are, because they are my favorite punk band. What is it called? You have, you have songs like Slut That I Love, Sick Boy, just that whole stuff. But the best song is the song Bell and Bop. That song on there is good. And then the songs on City Baby, City Baby's Revenge. Oh, that's so freaking good. Vietnam's Blues is a good song. But yeah, other than that, the reason they're on the list is simply put, that one record. All right, so that's number 4, right? Is that number? Yeah, number 4. Now we're going to get to the top 3, right? So it's a tough pick when you get to my absolute 3 favorites in this part of the list, but I have to go with one of my favorite Swedish metal bands. They only put out 1 record, but they had a really good EP. I'm going to make this a 2-parter too, because technically the albums came out in the same year, not the same band. I'm going to cheat here. I got Proud, Fire Breaks the Dawn, and Gotham City the Unknown. 2 of my favorite Swedish metal bands. That's going to be 3A, and that's going to be 3B. I couldn't keep them off the list. I'll tell you what, man. Gotham City, they had a different singer on the Black Wrist EP, 1995 is a good one. But The Unknown with Anders Johansson, I think his name is, that literally puts, to me, just puts that over the edge. It absolutely does. Borderline is a good song. You have, Borderline is a great one. See How It Flies, Swords and Chains. Just from top to bottom, it's just one of my favorites. In fact, all the songs on this one, or when we get up the list. when we get to the top of the list, they're like, these are the albums like that, like The Unknown by Gotham City. Don't get me wrong, I love Proud, unskippable songs, but Gotham City, those songs, there is no skippable songs. Absolutely none. Like, absolutely none. Literally, if I had a choice, oh, you're going to skip those songs. Nope, I will not skip them. Will not skip any track on The Unknown. Even the instrumental, I can't skip. It's just like a 5-minute instrumental. I'm like, why did they do that? Well, I got to keep it. Number 2 is Judas Priest. Judas Priest used to be my number 1. My favorite all-time Judas Priest album. I mean, because they've been around for a long time. It's a time, so it used to be my favorite. It used to be Turbo, but it's no longer Turbo anymore. It's actually, number 1 is Ram It Down. Number 2 is Painkiller, or maybe it's no. Painkiller is number 1, but the song, but if I had to pick one Judas Priest album that had no skippable tracks, it's tough because, I mean, I guess it would be, well, no, Turbo doesn't count. See, Priest is probably one of those few bands that I enjoy all their songs, but there are songs that I actually am not a big fan of. But Painkiller, essentially, there's really no skippable tracks. Ram It Down, I mean, the cover of Johnny B. Good's really good. But anything from Sound Wings of Destiny to Painkiller, because it used to be everything from everything from Sound Wings of Destiny to Ram It Down, but then I discovered Painkiller, and I'm like, okay, unskippable. Painkiller, I made a list on my Spotify of all my favorite Judas Priest songs. Just to name a few, I mean, the albums I think or the songs on the albums that I enjoy. I mean, don't get me wrong, Scream for Vengeance, amazing album. Point of Entry, Hot Take, that is a very amazing album. Because Priest, to me, they're on the borderline. They lean more towards metal, but they still have that rock edge. Because I listened to a lot of Priest documentary over the years. I stopped listening for a while, but I got back into them. I saw them 3 times live because they are one of my favorites. They always put out a good live show. But like, if I had to pick my least favorite Priest songs, it's got to be Turbo. It's got to be Turbo, like Turbo Lover, and it has to be Breaking the Law. Because the other songs on Turbo, oh my God, are unskippable. Literally, Locked In is so good. But when you talk about Defenders too, Defenders of the Faith, that whole album is good too. But like, I obviously like, if someone puts Priest on Breaking the Law, I'm obviously going to listen to it, but I'm not going to like turn it off. So Priest is my number 2. Number 1, no shocker here, I cannot stop listening to them. It's Halloween. I started out listening to them through the Keeper albums. It took me a while to get into Andy, but then I heard Tom of the Oath, and I heard that. I basically heard stuff, but for a while I was in the Walls of Jericho. I'm like, I'm not listening to Keeper 1. I'm not listening to Keeper 2. But when I got first into Halloween, I would listen to everything. Keeper 2, nobody debates this, but I think it's a debate. On Keeper 1, there's only one skippable song. That's A Tale That Wasn't Right. It's not that the song is necessarily bad. It just doesn't fit the vibes. Or will people probably say, oh, well, that's what I want out, Dr. Steen. Because Dr. Steen is a good song. It's not this like fake It's not this ballad that is just there. Number one, and number two, everything else on Keeper One is amazing. Okay, don't get me wrong. I do like A Tale That Wasn't Right, but it's just not a song that I would skip. Now, Keeper Two, it's a different story. It is a different story. There are songs on there I like the most, but for the majority, I will not skip it. I could sit there for, like if I had a choice, listen to one album, it would be Keeper 2. I tell you that right now. It would be Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 2. Legitimately. You have a mix of everything. You have slower songs, you have commercial style songs, you have a long progressive song. I mean, Halloween from Keeper One is good, but there's something about the title track of all the Keeper albums, Keeper of the Seven Keys, and it's just like I mean, I listen to that stuff all the time. I mean, you have I Want Out, Dr. Steen. It's just so good. You know what I mean? There's nothing about those albums that I will take away. And like I said before, but no disrespect to Andy, but I mean, no, the first two albums with him are amazing. Master of the Rings and Tom of the Oath are amazing albums. They're not, all the songs aren't that good, but and then so I'm just gonna do straight up. I don't want to get a hot take. This is a hot take, but I like Chameleon better than Pink Bubbles Go Ape, because there's only certain songs on there. But then you go back to Chameleon, and it's like there's still some good ass songs on that album. I mean, the songs that I've heard on there, like Windmill, it's just like, I don't know if it's because Michael Kiske voice, but legitimately you hear Windmill, you hear all that stuff. They don't even play like any songs on Chameleon, but they play Kids of the Century, good song. I mean, Pink Bubbles Go Ape has good songs, but Chameleon is like, I admit it, they did sort of alienate their fan base, but I like music. I like the fact that their creativity is like that. I like the fact that even though they ventured far away from Part 2, and Pink Bubbles Go Ape, I mean, doesn't really bother me. I mean, when I first heard that record, I'm like, okay, I see, okay. I mean, you have Step Out of Hell, you have all these songs that it's the first. I feel like it's even Crazy Cat's good, but you know what I mean. It does, because the album is so all over the place. To me, it doesn't really bother the vibes. I mean, you know, I could talk about Halloween for hours. For me, it's really about whether or not I want to hear Keeper 2. But then with Andy, I mean, it doesn't have the same vibes as someone like Michael Kiske, who I absolutely adore as a singer. He's one of my favorite singers. I mean, I'm serious. Like, I used to think, oh, good, I want to meet Rob Halford. I want to meet him. I want to meet him and Kai. Top of my list as far as famous people I want to meet, it's those guys. And I wanted to meet Kai Hansen since like 2015. Like when I first, I just for the fact that I enjoy his musical tastes. You know, I want to pick his brain about new wave of British heavy metal. Like, that's the thing. It's like I feel like if I mention, oh, do you like so-and-so and so-and-so? I'm like, yeah. I mean, there's one band I met, Winger. and I don't like them anymore. But it's weird because I listen to the glam metal scene, the hair metal scene, the 80s hard rock style scene. Once I'm done with those groups, I'm done. Then there are some groups like Zeppelin, for instance. Speaking of which, I was going to mention Zeppelin, but I kind of ran out of the space. They're an honorable mention. They're going to be talked about in another one. Zeppelin, for instance, if I had a choice for it, like for instance, like my favorite Led Zeppelin albums are 1 and 2. I will go back to listening to that, but that doesn't happen with like. I still listen to AC/DC too. Don't get me wrong. I used to love AC/DC. I go back to them, but then general rock bands like the Rolling Stones, like I used to love the Stones. Now I don't listen to them anymore. I don't feel like I have. I don't feel. I don't know. It doesn't speak to me anymore. But meanwhile, I listen to like something that's lower, like Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, which is totally. Sorry, I'm walking my dog. I saw some asshole not putting their blinker on. That's my biggest pet peeve. Sorry. Anyway, right? But then like I said, there are certain artists that they never go away. Legitimately, they never go away. Like for instance, one day, I'm like, I want to listen to them, and then I get into them again. By the way, Halloween's album from 2021, I cannot stop. I get into that now because Kai is back. The vibes are extreme. Like you have Kai Hansen again, and legitimately Kai Hansen is back in. Like I had insane expectations. I really did because I sold them in 2018, and I thought to myself, okay, this could work. I missed them in 2021. I missed them in, but I'm gonna see them. I'm gonna make it my priority to see Halloween 2026 because the new album's coming out, Giant and Monsters. I hope it's a worthy follow-up, like how Keeper 2 was a worthy follow-up to Keeper 1. To me, it's like the same thing. You know what I mean? Sorry about the music in the background. I'm just walking my dog and I'm around people, but like I'm saying, I hope Giants and Monsters blows the 2001 self-titled out of the water. It better, I swear, it better. I mean, I love the new lineup too. I mean, you have Danny and Sasha, who surprisingly have been in the band since 2005. I mean, that lineup of Halloween has lasted a long time. And I know with Uli and Roland, that whole foul out because now they're with a group called Master Plan. Or I think they still are, I don't know. But it's like the same thing. It's like, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I like Sasha and I like Danny. But Danny's no Ingo. And Ingo is one of my favorite drummers. I mean, just the fact that he, was able to do these sort of speed metal, melodicity, R.I.P. Ingo. But yeah, I mean, Halloween's number one. I could talk about them for hours. And hours and hours and hours and hours. Because I've listened to... But see, the thing is, I don't listen to any newer stuff. I haven't listened to Better Than Raw. I haven't listened to their 2005 stuff. I haven't listened to Dark Ride, which I don't know why. Because What I believe is that those albums have not done what the Keeper albums have done. And that is just some sort of vibes. And one of the things I've actually noticed is for music, is for me to get into something, it has to do something. Like, for instance, like, the reason I don't listen to certain artists anymore is because either I've grown out of them or I just enjoy the sort of feeling that they give me. Because, like, you know, I should, like, maybe, like, I can't listen to the Stones anymore. I can't listen to that stuff because I don't feel connected to that anymore. You know what I mean? And, you know, who knows? Maybe in a couple years, maybe I'll stop listening to Halloween anymore. Who knows? Maybe I'll stop listening to them. I don't know. Maybe in like 5 years, I'll say, okay, enough. Let me go listen to something new. But to be completely honest with you, I have actually listened to the heaviest type of metal and nothing. You know, so to me, it's really about the speed and the melodicity, and of course, whether or not if they have a singer that can hit those high notes. Because if they can hit those high notes, it fits. Michael Kiske, honestly, you know, he fits the vibes of the lineup, and he just comes from nowhere. I'm just really happy that him and Michael Kiske and Andy can get along. Because it just so happened, I mean, they're just similar people. And the fact that I did listen to 94. The 94 tour was the 93 tour. And I did listen to it. And he's not quite Kiske, but he has his own style. And I like singers that, look, do not try to be someone else. Be you, and that's good. I mean, I don't know if this lineup is going to be permanent. I don't know if this lineup is going to retire. I don't know what's going on. It's lasted long enough. But not long enough. It's lasted, I mean, the reunion happened in 2017. The new album came out in 2021. Now they're coming out with a new album. And I don't think they should retire. I mean, Black Sabbath, a band I actually kind of like, but mostly for other reasons, because I'm a doom metal head. I love my doom metal slow and heavy. Literally, that music, it's just, to me, it's just insane. You know, it's just the insanity that music has. You know, Halloween, for instance, right? They are they are my favorite. But see, if they had a lot more following and they were like, I mean, I would have seen Halloween multiple times. I was going to see them my birthday of 2023, but I do Taekwondo, so I had a Taekwondo tournament that day. Well, I would have saw them. And that would have been a good birthday present, too. And plus, you know, I want to see them as many times as I can. Because they, one, put out a good show. And two, it's something that they're a group that actually enjoy. Like, a lot. Like, I wore out my Pumpkins United t-shirt. It was essentially it was like a legacy shirt. So it had Keeper 1 on the front, Keeper 2 on the back. I wore that shirt out. That's been like what? A long time. Maybe I gotta do the math. That's like 5 years since I saw them. You know what I mean? That's a long time, and I legitimately wore it out. You know what I mean? I've legitimately worn it out. And now it's like a bed shirt now. You know, I've worn it out. And what stinks is that I really, really enjoy getting shirts. I happened to see Judas Priest for the first time ever. Like, it was a couple days before, because I remember I saw Judas Priest the same day that the NFL season started. And then I went to Irving Plaza and I saw Halloween. That was amazing. That was an amazing tour too. But the problem is Halloween didn't have any like lineups or anything. Like they didn't have any like openers. Because this is also a 40th anniversary tour. It's like how I saw Iron Maiden Legacy of the Beast. But only because I'm not a fan of the new Iron Maiden. I'm a fan of everything that came out essentially in the old days. Like anything from probably the first album. But I don't think they're going to play anything from I don't think they were going to play anything from the Soundhouse tapes. But honestly, for Judas Priest, they always play their hits. Those groups play. But to be honest with you, and I'm just gonna respond. It's just random rambling. I prefer, like I said, more Judas Priest discography more than like Halloween's. More than Iron Maiden's. And it's a weird thing because like I've listened to Judas Priest more, and I've never been Maiden never appealed to me, which is weird. I'm like, oh, they're the best metal band. Like, yeah, they are, but they just changed. Can I be honest with you? Like, Priest hits a different age. A different thing. It's like they're going to come around local. The thing I don't like about Halloween is they're more of a niche band. So they're not going to play like stuff close to me. They're not going to play Jersey, which would be weird because, there's more of a dedicated Priest fan base than a Halloween fan base. Even though I think, for bands like Metallica, who that music appeals, I wonder how, would I like Halloween if they were as popular as Metallica? I don't know. Probably. You know what I mean? Metallica, for some reason, is more popular with young people. But then you listen to something like Judas Priest, you listen to Priest, and then it doesn't seem as popular. Because for me, Metallica, to me, that's like an entry-level metal. Because, most people know them, but then you get into like Priest, which to me people should know more than Metallica. But you don't see a lot of people that have Metallica stuff, and it's like, but why are they popular? And I understand all Stranger Things, okay, but to me Halloween should really be more on the popular side. People should they should be more of the popular ones. Most people don't know Iron Maiden. Well, if they do, they know Trooper. But it's like the same thing. It's like, okay, but I'm surprised I was into Metallica first, not Judas Priest. It would have been different if that was first than that. To me, Metallica, and I'll be honest with you, Metallica is, in my opinion, I don't listen to them anymore. But if I do listen, I listen to the radio and their new stuff, but they are kind of the bottom tier. Because essentially they're more of a rock band now, not so much a heavy metal band. Well, they really are, but they're not. I got into them a little bit. I'm not necessarily, and don't get me wrong to any Metallica fans, I'm not a fan of James Hetfield's voice really. To me they're just borderline. To me, Priest Priest has a different style. Metallica is just like, I mean, you know people and they're like, oh, I saw Metallica. I'm like, good for you. That's a good thing. Good for you. Now go see Judas Priest. It's like, because I know people that have seen them recently. That's good. You like Metallica. Now go listen to Priest. And the problem is I've never seen Metallica live. I've seen Priest 3 times. Then in September it's going to be 4. That's with Alice Cooper. And I've actually been a fan of Alice Cooper for a long time. Different songs here and there, but I'm mostly going to see Judas Priest. It's like with Halloween, it's like, I wonder how that's going to be now, because the 4th anniversary tour is probably like 5 hours, I feel like. But it's going to be a long show. I mean, you're playing everything from the Halloween EP 1984 to probably the new album like 2025. And I feel like, how do you do that though? Like, how? It confuses me, like, that you do that. I mean, I'll be honest with you too. I see how Bruce Springsteen does it, but to me, it really doesn't make any sense. Because, like, for instance, Judas Priest, they have a big catalog, but their shows aren't that long. Like Halloween, for instance. But then again, I admit it, Judas Priest is much older. You have Halloween, and legitimately, I don't even remember how long the show was. But you're essentially, and Halloween songs are longer than Priest songs are. Like the insanity. But whatever. But like when I saw Priest a few times, it was amazing. But see, when I saw Priest the first time, I was a fan, don't get me wrong. But after that point, then I started getting into more of the 70s stuff. Like, for instance, like I knew Priest, obviously. I was a big fan, but I was supposed to go with one of my friends because I wanted to see him live. Oh, Priest is coming. Judas Priest is coming. I really want to see them. Now, every time they come around, I don't miss them. You know, with Halloween, for instance, I'm going to make it a priority to see them in 2026. That is going to be my goal. I want to see them in 2026. Which to me, I really don't know when it's going to be announced. But I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I don't mean to keep ranting, but talk to you guys soon.